Hello viewers, Prince Harry is hating himself and filled with guilt over his reaction to Meghan Markle's suicide ideation. Please remember to subscribe and leave a comment. The Duchess of Sussex's husband has opened up about the emotional turmoil he has been experiencing since she announced she plans to take her own life. Both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's mother, Doria Ragland, have broken their silence to discuss the seriousness of the situation surrounding the Duchess of Sussex within the royal family. Episode 4 of Netflix's docuseries Harry and Meghan aired on Thursday, and it featured a quote from Ragland as follows. "I clearly recall her telling me she considered suicide. My heart was shattered by that." Ragland then made the link between the media's treatment of Meghan and her mental health problems. I knew that it was bad to be constantly picked at by these vultures, picking away at her spirit that she would actually think of not wanting to be here," she continued. "A mother shouldn't have to hear that. I am helpless to defend her. Not even Harry can keep her safe. I was absolutely devastated," Prince Harry continued. "I understood the difficulty she was having. In spite of the fact that we were both having difficulties, I had not anticipated things would come to that point. I was angry and ashamed that it had gotten to that point," he continued. "It was difficult for me to cope. As opposed to husband Harry, I dealt with it as institutional Harry. And my regal status became the driving force behind my emotions. I'd been taught to be more concerned with what are people going to think if we don't go to this event, we're going to be late," he continued. "Now that I think about it, I really despise myself. What Meghan required from me far exceeded my capabilities." When the couple sat down with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021, Meghan made her first public admission of suicidal ideation. She also admitted to thinking about hurting herself during that time. "I was embarrassed to admit it to myself, let alone Harry. The problem was that I knew that if I didn't come out and admit it, I'd end up doing it anyway," she disclosed the contents of her gloomy mind. "I didn't want to live any longer, I said." In a similar interview with Oprah, she claimed that the palace had ignored her pleas for help when she contacted Netflix. "I really wanted to go help out somewhere, but I wasn't allowed to," Meghan said. The potential consequences for the institution's reputation worried them. Harry elaborated on the royal family's reaction, saying, "They knew how bad it was. Like, well, you know, everybody else has dealt with it, they seem to think, why couldn't she just deal with it? Why is she so unable to handle this?" However, this wasn't the norm. It was totally unique. However, if you ignore all of that and just accept that it was the same, you'll find that it wasn't. Were we still of the opinion that she should have sucked it up like the rest of the family? Or, perhaps one feels that we've gone on long enough. After the standard Once Upon a Time prologue, Markle introduces a Hollywood actress and a British royal. "They didn't fully get it because this is the love story of a boy and a girl who were meant to be together," she says. Markle says she smiled endlessly the entire night of July 3 after meeting Harry for the first time. Markle says as photos from their trip to Africa are shown, yet in this moment, they know they don't want to be independent of each other, referring to the couple's realization that they don't want to spend another month apart. And despite any fleeting concerns that may arise, they glance at one another and say, "Whatever world we're in." What is your take on this matter? Please let us know in the comments.